Today, we are ranking every single SBC. And as per usual, we have Broken, Rank 1, Foot Champs, Debatable, and the Pine. I'm not gonna hold you up. She is nice. Solid option, early rank 1, not going to cost you an arm and a leg, so you have a level of affordability, and the output is authentic. Alaba, still Foot Champs, was not my favorite SBC. I still think you're gonna have limitations with the longevity. Garcia, I don't see him used. He's not in any rotationals, he wasn't expensive, but if he's not being incorporated, we're getting an early Pine placement. Pateas, I am completely conflicted because she is brilliant. And now you have Tiki Taka Plus. We love that as a play style. 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves. But I would just tell you to go to the marketplace. She's so expensive. And we're going to get more upgrades. We're going to get more promos. I'm still giving her, just off the GP, the capability, rank 1. But I'm not necessarily recommending completing the SBC. Barcola, you got the 87. That's what we're trying to cook up here. Don't pay for this. It's a premium for a player that has a better version that will grow. I don't love it. I'll still throw him into the debate because the output's not bad. Solid. Moyes in the middies. You don't necessarily need him, but he wasn't overpriced. I'll let him run up a weekend league solution. Danjuma, I thought was overrated. I know some of you raved about him. I'll leave him in the debatable. That's the takeaway, not the takeout. I want to eat my food in the restaurant. Darmian, I don't think you need him. I'm just throwing him into the debate. We'll leave that here. David, Jonathan, not too expensive. Sort of overpowered to a certain degree. Got the 5-star weak foot. You know that he finishes, has track record, has proof of concept. You still have to put together the links, but that is possible. Di Lorenzo, rank 1 at least. Diogo Jota, I'm not that good with him, and I kind of have a bias in terms of his virtual output, but at the same time, he might be the most talented FC player we've seen ever from the pros, from the actual players. This man is ready for the competition. Crystal Dunn, I am a fan, but you do have to bring together some links. The common trifecta, Alex Morgan, Swanson, Dunn, and she plays locally. Godfrey, with a little bit of some extra cushion, some extra pace. Center back, left back, right back, rare combination to be able to have those 3 positions. I'll throw him into the debate. I don't think he's making a lot of rotationals if we're being transparent, which we are. Gomez, and I don't want to be disrespectful, I just don't ever see him used. Again, cheap option, but nobody has him in the squads. Brand spanking new. What are we going to deal with for the situation? Not that expensive, but are you building out of the Bundesliga? You might have some linkable question marks. Does have skills, does have weak foot. The dribbling is going to be a little bit fraudulent. You got to play with that knockdown in mind. Whipping in some crosses, giving delivery. Not going to be a facilitator. Gwyn, I sort of want to give her more respect than Champs. I think she turned out being an absolute option. A defier. She's definite. Holland, off rip, maybe 600 plus 1,000 coins. I can't justify it. You could have just gone for the 91, which would be the recommendation. And you know he's getting upgrades. And most of y'all didn't go for debate. I don't see him in rotationals. Pine seems just cruel. I'll throw him in the debate, but that's being nice. Lindsay, Horan, in real life, phenomenal. Gives you a little bit of everything. Creativity, ingenuity, fantastisch moments, as way back would quote. Ibanez is tricky to work with. 87 pace on a center back, unreal. But you got to build out a Saudi, or you need Brazilians. He's not a big body type center back either. Even for the play styles, having slide tackle as a play style plus is arguably the least impressive or the least important of any of the defensive play styles. I'm just calling it how I see it. After further review, I've decided to move Holland down to the Pine. It was just such a bad value. Iwobi was a shocker. He was a surprise pick. A lot of you love him. I think most people respect him. He wasn't an item that I thought was mandatory, but he's definitely qualified for the weekend. Keane, I completed him. I've been impressed. I've been happy overall. He has made a difference. He had a weekend league where he scored in the double digits. Not that bad for some average inclusion of fodderism, and you get free links because he's a hero, and he has the power shot plus. Kvaratskhelia, you've got an upgraded version already. I don't think you need this item. I'm going to throw him into the debate. Yamal was going to the Pine all day, every day, at least on the virtual side. Needs more upgrades. He will receive those, but this item was expensive early doors. It was ahead of its time, and he's just not living on. There's no longevity. Lewandowski, I would still say go for the total rush, but I don't want to disrespect. He's not overpriced. He falls in line. There's a margin. He can give you plenty on the virtual pitch. His travellas, his finishing, positioning, all of that is on point. It's good to go. It's a green light. Lo Celso, I don't feel as if it was mandatory. Apparently, I'm also gatekeeping. Seriously, gatekeeping broken. We have seen no one get the call up, but I have an idea why. At least to a certain degree. We'll also throw him into the debate. Some of you will have him in foot champs. Marmouche was not bad value, but go get the upgrade. Just pay the money, make the improvement, make the increase. You get a better player. And as it stands, the red version or variation is going to the pine because there's no place for him. Alex Morgan, she's taking me up top to broken. And as the game's changed, she just gets better and better. Again, links might be tricky, price point not cheap, but her finesse shot is vicious. Musiala, this was a terrible SBC. Just go get the gold instead of paying 500,000 coins for a small upgrade to the pine. I'm not happy about it. Nico Williams, a similar situation. Just go get the 85. The 86 wasn't enough. It didn't change the game enough. It didn't shift the way that you play enough. The 85 and the 86 right here. Cole Palmer, everyone did them. They completed them. I'm going to lean him into rank 1. Tempted to go into broken. I think his ability needs to be a little bit more on an upward turn. 60, 70,000 coins, English, Premier League. And it was a significant enough upgrade for him. Politano, he's got potential. I'm not mad at that if you knocked it out. Rafinha, again, internally, what do we do here? Rafinha is so overpriced, but his ability is prime. I don't want to take that off the table. I like being to the point. So what do we do with Rafinha? Rank 1 might be an over delivery. I'm taking him to foot champs. You can come after me if you like. Ability here, though. On the record, it's up here. Trivela Playstyle Plus is his saving grace. I'm not mad if you argue that he goes to foot champs. I'll leave that on the mic. The passing, the dribbling, the pace, none of it's that authentic. It all ends up being above average. But Trivela Plus, the way that I'm scoring goals, nice little extra helping. Side note, lights, camera, action, everything, all inclusive. Elgato, link down below if you need to make a pickup. Rudder, rank 1. That was a good SBC, double 5-star. Nice. St. Maximin, that was an 80 to an 85. Kind of high price for the time, but his movement, his dribbling, the technician, he's got a deceptive nature. Gucci headband on brand. I like him for foot champs, but I'm not upset if you rounded him elsewhere. Salmon, let her cook. She's got some fast footwork. I still don't see her used a lot when you come into more competitive matchups, higher end division rivals, or even weekend league. Personally, I've seen her absolutely destroy and end careers in rush. Question for the comments, and I'll use your suggestions. Typically, we have broken, rank 1, foot champs, debatable in the pine, but we're not considering value. SBCs are all around value. Should we change up those labels? And if the answer is yes, what should the labels be? I have never seen her used. So to the pine, this Sissoko maybe deserves his own category. The price tag to the output, to the double Evo opportunity, the skill move upgrade, the long ball pass, the additional play styles, the presence he has, the space that he takes up. It almost feels like you're cheating. It might have been a mistake from EA. Sterling, that was a no-go. I'll toss him into the debate. He doesn't have terrible output. It just wasn't worth the price. Angelo's not touching the pitch. We'll go to the pine. Swanson. Wow, what an item. I'd also have her in broken. What you're paying, what you're receiving, the input, you do need to have those links. And that's always going to be a disclaimer or a statement that is associated with the ladies in particular, because most of us don't have the easy options to just slot one of them into the starting 11. So you're going to have to move multiple players in your team. But the Swanson-Morgan collaboration, they're on the same page. Florian, I've seen plenty of you use them. I haven't been impressed yet, so we'll put them into the debate. Thuram, what? Absolutely broken. What an item. What a player. A man, a myth, a legend. He's up there icon status. He's comparable to someone like Patrick Vieira, the cheap discount version. They're both French. Even better maybe on the offensive end. It's been an incredible ride, and you still see him anytime you turn on the game. Marcus, you're joining. We're going to knock that out. Not as good, but for the price, the time period, and the usability, and I still take him off the bench, he is my big striker of choice, where we're using the knockdowns, and he still has some sort of broken mechanic. He wins a bunch of 50-50s. He splits the defense, makes things uncomfortable for center back, scores corners, able to convert. United moves. I just don't think you need him. Varane, heavy price tag, but you can still start him now. Has to be unbroken. He's a player that has gained status and notoriety over time. When this SBC was released, for most people, I would have said, maybe on the fence. But if you had the fodder, you included it, he's still not only accessible, but he's shining. Bright lights, new earrings. Veron is out there, and it's an end of an era. Yilmaz, too many stats to not have at least rank 1 for 15, 20,000 coins. Let him do something for you. Andy Robertson. I don't know that I'm convinced. I used his 85. I did not enjoy it. This is an upgrade. No denying that this will be a better version, but I don't know if he's stretching you far enough forward to be a sure thing for foot champs. So a rank 1, definitely not a broken. If we're just making comparisons, would rather have Mendy, and he's going to cost you less, and you could trade him at some point, or knock out the Evo for cheaper than this, and then you have an 86 Mendy. In fact, that's the comparison. That's the statement. Let's review. We're rebranding. We have done some renaming. Not worth, debatable, good value, meta, and elite. This perhaps is more fitting for SBCs in particular. Let me know if you come up with better names. We will adjust. I'm a man of the people. The debatable has a little more room for interpretation. Let me see if anyone should move down, or if we've done right by these first couple groupings. This could be one of those times where we don't move much, we don't adjust. As good as Rafinha is at 600,000 plus coins for an SBC, he's got to go into debatable. There's no way around it. Has to be. That's the logic. Even Gwyn, who I quite like, at over 100,000 coins for a fullback that's gonna have potential conflicts or complications with chemistry, perhaps even roles. I think she goes down to debatable. Pateas is pricey, but she is damn good. And meta feels right for Pateas. If you knock out the 91, you get a different play style. You could probably use her for months to come. As expensive as she is, and I'm not necessarily recommending it, but I understand the return that you're receiving. Those are the placements. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're brand new, it's free to subscribe. And as always, I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.